Hi everybody, welcome to another one of my blah 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 videos where I use blah 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 to treat my blah 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 blah. So today's video we're gonna be blah 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 blahing, and the most important part of this is remember that you want to calibrate your blah exactly to the blah, because sometimes you have different blahs. You have a blah, for example, going outside. That's okay. The only problem with that blah is if you try to think about that blah while you're doing this blah, you end up not having the exact blah. You gotta keep your blahs in order, make sure each blah is right. So first thing you want to do with this blah 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 is rate your blah on a scale of 1 to 100. The best way to do this is to just think, how much do I fear blahing on a scale of 1 to 100. Second part is to actually do the blah without actually, not doing it. You actually have to put some effort in and do the blah. You do as much of the blah as you can. For example, if you, one second guys, I just gotta do something. For example, if you think you can only do a certain amount of the blah, only do that much of the blah. And if you think, for example, you can't do any of the blah, then perhaps you've tried to do too much of the blah at once, and maybe you should try calibrating your blah. And if that doesn't work, perhaps do some deep breathing exercises through your nose, and allow the breath to, from your nose, allow it to naturally open up your throat or whatever. And it causes this nice cycle to happen where you inhale through your nose very, very, very slowly, and it goes down your air or whatever. Somehow it goes up here and then down, and once it gets down here, it allows you to become mindful, allows you to become more aware of things. You have your breathing. It's very, very calming. I recommend, for example, apps that do it. I'm just being sarcastic about the blahs, obviously, guys. I'm just not in a good mood today. I'm trying to just cheer myself up, because I might talk about why I'm not in a good mood later, but as of right now, I know I want to make this journal video, and so without further ado, let's start it. My anxiety level on a scale of 1 to 100, of choking to death on food, it's like a 5, so it's a 5. So we'll just keep it at that, which is very good. The next thing you do is you do the exposure. I'm honestly not very hungry. I don't know how much of this I'm going to eat. I just not hungry today, so not enough to eat for fuel and whatnot, so there we go. That finishes the exposure, honestly. It's at a 5. I'll take one more bite just to kind of calibrate what it is at now. It actually tasted really good. I was distracted by my thoughts. I actually didn't calibrate it. I'm gonna have one more bite. I promise it's not because I just want to eat, even though that's the good reason. This is a psychology channel. I got it. See how much my anxiety has changed from a 5 out of 100 fear of choking to, well, hopefully lower after C bite. Actually, this is the part where most people avoid, but you actually have to. Can't just make numbers up. You actually have to do it and then fear it. So let's do it and fear it. Okay. Something weird is happening, which is the texture of the food, because it's gotten cold, the rice, I'm not enjoying eating it as much. So I'm going to get some more food just to calibrate my anxiety. Because it's very important to get the anxiety level. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I have some potato chips. I'm gonna just have like a bite. I need to calibrate. It went from a 5. What's it at now? Full disclosure, I had a chicken strip earlier, some onion rings, like half a chicken strip, and some cheese. Probably gonna have some more cheese. But this is just a good way to start the day to calibrate my anxiety level. So let's see here. What's gonna be? Okay. It's a 0. It's very good. I've been seeing 10 to 10s. Usually I've been seeing in past few videos 10 to 9s or 10 to 10s or something like 11 to 10 or 11 to 9 or 10 to 5. So it's a good trend. Actually going lower than I thought we could go. What happened, the basic trend was, it was really high and then there was like a slow dramatic jumps. What I mean by slow dramatic jumps is it would go like from 70 to like, minus 20, 50, which is great. And it would do that consistently and tell those 50s were at 40s and the 40s were at 30s and the 30s were at 20s and 20s were at 10. Then I realized the 10s wouldn't go lower. It's always 10 to 10. It would begin with 10, end with 10. Begin with 10 with 10. 11, 10. 10, 9. 10, 10. Something like that. I can look back at the video, something like that. Now, I'm seeing some 5s. So I'm actually thinking there's another level that one can get to become even more or less anxious of choking on food. If you just keep at it. I was thinking about honestly stopping making these videos. I'll have to see if the trend continues or if it's just a one-off, because something did happen today which is different. Not that different, but it's not regularly happening, which is when I eat. The food texture didn't taste very good, so I spit it out. Not because I feared choking, but because I just didn't like the texture in my mouth. I didn't like the cold rice in my mouth. Maybe it was too much as well. So I had to get the chips. So we'll see if the trend continues or if the trend was just simply because my brain was thinking, oh, different things. You know, I was thinking different things than the food, and then, you know, I was distracted, and then I was eating it, and I was like, bad texture, and then I went and got some chips, sat back down and ate them. You know, I didn't really calibrate my anxiety before eating the chips, so I don't know if this is a relevant anxiety level. So what I'm actually gonna do is just have like 1 or 2 rices. This is probably my OCPD trying to balance things out, but I just want to like make sure everything's good, like in terms of I properly calibrate my anxiety. So it's just so stupid. But yeah, it's like 92 pieces of rice. It's like a 0. So I think I'm fair enough with I'm gonna keep it at a tentative 5. Okay. And but I'm basically going to say that this result was tainted because of that. God, that sounds so stupid. It wasn't tainted. All right, let's leave it at 5. It went from a 10 to a 5, and I believe it's a good avenue to in terms of like my anxiety is getting better, because when I went from a 10 to a 5, I feel that, sorry guys, that it's good. Like, you know, from a 10 to a 5 rather than going from a 10 to a 10. I just don't know if I believe it. I'll see when I believe it. This is more of like a one-off thing, because I had my whole anxiety. I don't know if it's like just texture problems with the food, autism or whatever, and so I'm going to make the video tomorrow. I just can't wait till Saturday, because I don't have to make my videos. Saturday is my day where I'm just like, you know what? I don't care if I fight my anxiety. It's the one day where we can take it easy, because I've been fighting it for 6 days straight. I think one day you can let anxiety kind of, you know, regather its strength and start early Monday. Or I'm gonna start early Sunday. So, all right. Second part of the video, I may or may not discuss why I'm depressed today. We'll have to see. Depends on how much I feel like ranting today. So, oh yeah, I gotta take a medication. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. I'm gonna take a medication. I'm gonna put my jacket on. I'm gonna put shoes on. I'm gonna go in my car, turn the heater on, and then I'm gonna basically talk to you guys about basically anything I'd like to talk about. I'm a big fan of ranting. They call them vlogs. So my idea was called ranting. And if you're out in the streets homeless and you're doing it, they'd probably get arrested. Nowadays we got cameras in our house, and we can rant on and on and on and on and on. See, I'm doing it right now. No, seriously. Did I just rant about ranting? I did. I ranted about ranting. Well, that's really interesting. Am I just ranting about ranting now? You know, Anti-Ranta. Anti-Ranta is a NHL goalie. Okay? So I was ranting about ranting. Then I was ranting about ranting. And now I said, let's talk about anti-Ranta. Okay, I'm losing it. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Of course, guys, if you like these videos, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna be honest. I just say this because I know YouTubers say it. Like, it's like the thing to say. Hey guys, welcome to my videos. If you like them, like, comment, subscribe. 500 subscriber gets a free iPad or something. Sorry guys, I'm not. I don't know like if I should do that or not, but definitely if this pop channel becomes popular, I'm not trying to make money off this channel. If it becomes popular, I mean, like, at least has like, you know, 20 subscribers maybe. I might throw out a giveaway of some sort, because I want people to get energized about it, get popular about it. I want people to talk more about psychology, especially in traditional cultures that I am familiar with, acquainted with, and do live in to a certain extent. Talking about anxiety, talking about homosexuality, talking about like the hidden struggle of dealing with just things that just definitely aren't under your control. And I'm not talking about the things that are under your control. I'm talking about things that aren't under your control. We'll talk about that later too. So as you can see, I'm very well organized. All my edits are perfectly well done. You know, seriously, you know, Just give me a second. I don't want to talk right now because I want to go inside my car. Actually, now I think I feel a little better because I thought someone was in the upstairs part of the house. I don't like, my conversations being eavesdropped on. I don't think that's the case here. What was I saying? Hold on, just hold on a second. I'm gonna go in my car. Here, guys, look at the outside. It's beautiful. Oh, it's my car. Don't look at that. Actually, I guess I could show you my license plate. It doesn't matter that much, right? Okay. So much crap going on here. Okay. I'm in the car. This is my basic routine nowadays, guys. This is my routine that I've routinized myself into. Forgive me if I sound weird in my voice right now. It's because the heater's on or whatever, because I'm really cold. So deal with it, guys. If you don't like it, stop watching the video. No, I'm kidding. If I get complaints from people, I'm gonna talk about complaints. If I get anyone commenting on any of one of my videos, I'm obsessed for days and tell my friends. I'm kidding. Actually, I'm not. I'm desperately lonely. So. Man, these bees are still here. Let me show you guys something. See these bees here? You can see them. I don't think you can see them. I don't want to waste too much time looking at this, but we are. Just trust me, there's 2 bees there. Okay. And what I want to say about these bees is it's winter almost. Like, it's minus something. It's cold out. I'm wearing a jacket. And another thing, where's my hoodie? I should be wearing my hoodie and my toque. It's cold. And these bees are still out here collecting pollen or whatever. Like, don't they like die in the summer or something and then or go back to their nests? It's just so annoying because I'm trying to have a cigarette here. I don't like parking the other way so that my window where I'm driving would be over there, away from the tree. It's just that's annoying because then I have to look out to other people, and then I don't like looking at other people because I feel super awkward. And it's just, I'm not the type of person that's very sociable. I'm more of a quiet person. Like, it's more like I would talk with like 1 or 2 people for a long period of time, rather than talking with like 50 or 80 or 100 people, short snippets like text messages. Which, I don't know, I'm that type of person. Okay, so these bees, man, I can't deal with this. Alright, so I don't know what to say today. I hate my life. My birthday's coming up. This is another opportunity for me to, I guess, face my mortality or come to face with my life, with what's happening in my life, with the circumstances and choices that have brought me to this point in my life. You ever think about that? Like, random things that happened in your past kind of affected or caused you to do certain things in your life today. Like, for example, when I was like, I don't know, 10, I was caught for jaywalking by my school, and the woman I got traumatized. So I jaywalked, and there was a crossing guard, like a student crossing guard. She's probably like 15 or something, and she yells at me. She's screaming at me with her stop sign, like, "Hey, no, something like that. No, jaywalk." I had no idea what jaywalking was. I knew there was a jaywalking ban at our school. I just didn't know what jaywalking was. So I didn't know what jaywalking was. I didn't know what it was called. I thought it was, like, I honestly thought jaywalking was like a certain way of walking where you like look cool. So, I'm 10, I'm stupid, and So she takes me into the office where I guess the principal or whatever is talking to me, or secretary or assistant principal. And they're like, do you know what you did? You're not supposed to do this. You're supposed to jaywalking, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. And I didn't even realize. I didn't want to say I was stupid. Like, I didn't know what jaywalking was. So I let them explain it. Like, you know, do you know what you did? He jaywalked. Oh, he jaywalked? Yeah, he went down from that street, just in the middle of the school. Do you know jaywalking is bad? Yes. Do you know you should never do it again? Yes. Do you know there's a ban of it here? Yes. Don't do it again. Okay. And I felt so traumatized because the way the cross guard yelled at me, jaywalker. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what jaywalking was. And then it was just such a weird thing. So, to cut the story short, that caused me to, for example, every time I cross the street now, I look left and right, or right and left. I always do. If it's a crosswalk, sometimes I do. But if it's like mostly a non-cross-streeting street, like a parking lot or a neighborhood, like if it's a parking lot, I always look left and right. Always. Neighborhood, most of the time, yeah. And it's weird because I think if I was never happened to me when I was younger, those I wouldn't have done that. I think it's weird, huh? A random event. It was random event. Like, I mean, I didn't pre-plan it. I didn't know what jaywalking was. I could have pre-planned something, didn't know what it was. I had a feeling that maybe what I was doing, no, I didn't even have a feeling it was wrong. I just thought, do it, like, because I honestly thought because there's a crossing guard over there and I'm over here, it's okay. That makes sense? Like, because she's over there, it's like she's got the stop sign, so she's like a light or something, and since her stop sign wasn't up, I should just cross. I should just cross, right? It's funny because a car was actually coming, and like I was crossing, and so the car was coming this way, so it wasn't gonna hit me. It's still very weird though. That's probably what freaked her out. She could have been responsible for a 10-year-old's death. So I'm just looking at my dry lips, very dry. Oh my god, look at these. Look at these guys. Oh my goodness. See that? You see that, guys? That's some dry lips. I don't use chapstick. No, I don't use chapstick. I use chapstick. I can see it from here. It's like a blood spot or something. Because you know what I do? I pick it out afterwards. After it's healed, I pick it out. Ugh, I know it's disgusting. I pick it. I pick at it. I gotta stop. Sorry, guys. Wow, all this is going online, eh? Maybe I'll just delete this video. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so. It's interesting though, right? Random things from your past kind of control your life, your decisions that you make today. I found it to be so weird. These are things that you made as a kid. Like to this day, I won't, for example, eat certain foods like oranges. Because when I was younger, someone offered me an orange, and I thought it tasted good because I used to eat like orange gummies and orange candies. You know, I used to think orange juice is okay, and I liked orange candies and stuff like that. Or, it was Flintstone vitamins, orange flavored. So when I had the orange, I thought it'd be just like that. When I ate it, like when they just took the I didn't even eat it. When they took the whole thing off, the cover or whatever, skin, so you can see the actual orange, I was like, this isn't what an orange looks like. It's white. Not only was it white, there was like string in it. I was like, what is this white stringy ball? You just took the whole orange. Did they just call it orange because the skin looks orange? And that's when like something hit me when I kind of grew a little bit. I was like, I'm never gonna eat this. It's disgusting. I've been lied to. I don't like orange flavored candies anymore. I don't like orange flavored medicines anymore. I don't like when I was sick, I had to take something that was flavored orange. Oh, I hated it. Hated it. I think I only took like one dosage until I finally just, told my dad or whatever, or I went back to the store. No, I told my dad, like, can you get me the regular flavor, just regular flavor, no flavor, because orange is disgusting. When it's marketed to kids, oh yeah, orange kids, fruity flavors. It's disgusting. It's like, I don't eat oranges. Never. You couldn't pay me. If a guy walked to me right now and gave me $1 million, said here's $1 million, here's an orange, and I gotta do is eat the orange, and get $1 million. No way. I would find somebody to eat the orange for me. Pay them money. $500,000 or something. I remember there was one time I was in the mall, just walking around with my mom and my brother. And there was this survey going on for pizza pockets. They're basically calzones or folded pizza. You microwave or oven. And they're pizza pockets. They have different flavors, pepperoni, cheese, vegetables, whatever, right? And I guess they were trying to market it to the kids because it's something to eat after school for the kids. And I guess so she saw us, this lady who was the marketing head of whatever. She's like, hi, would you guys, can I ask you a couple questions? You could win $5. And I was like, sure, hell yeah. Right? So we all stopped, and she's like, so can you please tell me which of these foods you enjoy? And I was like, sure. And she said things like milk. I was like, disgusting. She said things like I don't even know, like pasta. I was like, disgusting. And she thought I was joking. She said things like just the most normal foods that normal people would eat, like I don't know, maybe she said other things. I just kept saying no, because they were all foods I wouldn't eat, because I don't eat any fruits or vegetables. I don't really like any sauces with my food. I don't like teriyaki sauce, ketchup, Frank hot sauce, any of that sauce. It's all just for me. Most of my food is bland food, fried food, or like fresh chicken with no real spices in it, or if it's spices like Pakistan Indian spices that I'm used to. So it was so weird. And then like she said things like waffles. I was like, because I think they made Eggo waffles or something as well. I was like, disgusting. And she even said, I think she said pizza pockets, and I was like, disgusting. So eventually she's like, you gotta be kidding me, you're joking. What kid doesn't like pasta, pizza pockets, right? Waffles and milk. All right. I was like, I'm starting to like these things. So she thought I was joking, and I think my mom was even looking like saying, oh, he's just kidding. I was like, no. But I guess she didn't hear me, and no one heard me. So they said, oh, okay, let's just, and then I think my mom's just like, ask my brother. So then they started asking him, and he's like, yeah. So we ended up waiting for him to do the whole survey where they forced him. He told me what they had him do. Actually, they basically had him watch like television commercials of the different commercials they have, and say, which one do you like, which one do you not like, what can we make better. And basically I think that was it. And they gave him $5. And it's so weird because I don't eat these kids, these kids. I don't eat these foods because when I was younger, I was force-fed a lot of foods. Like I know milk. Apparently, one of my first word was milk in Urdu, which is dudu. Milk was my first word. I love cheese. I love cheese. One of these days, I want to make just a cheese video where I just show you all the cheeses I'm making as a celebration of my anxiety, and how much not a celebration of my anxiety, but a celebration of my successful, you could say, distance I have from my choking phobia, and maybe a success a little bit, a little bit of like you're doing good. And I want to bring all this cheese because I love cheese. My first food was I don't eat milk anymore though. My first food was milk. I don't drink milk anymore. Don't drink milk. If someone says, hey, would you like some milk? I'd be like, no, thank you. No milk. So, I'm not sure why. It's just because I grew up in... Oh, I remember one time, maybe this has something to do with it. When I was very, very sick, I had strep throat. And my dad was really worried for me. And he said... No, this wasn't a story. It was actually a story where, like, I was... It was something like we saw a commercial. Me, my dad, and my brother would always stay home alone because my mom was working a lot. And we were watching TV, and we saw a commercial for, that Nesquik stuff where you just put the powder in the whatever and it turns to chocolate milk when you stir it? We saw a commercial for one of those. We're like, yeah, let's go get that chocolate milk. I'm going to do an aside here right now and just remember that we were really poor. Like, we couldn't just go to, like, Tim Hortons back then and just get a chocolate milk. We'd actually have to go to the grocery store and make it ourselves. And so it was just something that I was thinking about. Like, I came from these humble beginnings, and even though my dad, who was with me, we were very poor. He never made me feel poor once in my life, ever. When we were growing up, he never once made me or my brother feel poor at all. And I'm actually kind of in tears because of this, because it's very, very nice of him that he did that. How he shielded us from our own poverty. I mean, you could have also said the other turn. He could have maybe not done that to a certain extent, because too much shielding leads to like a person who's scared of the world, and maybe that might have to deal with a bit of my anxiety. So at the same time, though, I consider it a good parenting technique. Well, actually, no. This is what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling a bit of teary-eyed, recounting the story and thinking about how we were so poor that we couldn't even go to the Tim Hortons and get chocolate milks for all of us. We'd have to go to a supermarket and stir it ourselves. Anyway, we did this, and my dad was like, "Oh, you guys are gonna love this. We're gonna have chocolate milk and everything." So my dad and my brother drinks it. He's like, "You want some? I want some," and so I said no, because I think when I looked at it, it didn't look like the commercial, like in the, you know what I mean? Like in the commercial, it's like after they swirl it, they probably like still have it swirling, and it looks all nice. When my dad swirled it, you could still see like the little gray things that make the milk chocolate, like the chocolate particles or whatever. I was like, this doesn't look like in the, and that's what I was thinking. I was just, I don't want to eat this. It looks disgusting. There's like, you know how the milk, like when it's you know how it stains the inner part of the glass when you move it around. You can see where the milk was touching the inner part of the glass, and I just thought that was disgusting. I was like, ew! It's like the milk is touching the glass, and you can see it. They didn't show you that in the commercial. You know what I mean? So my dad was like, "Come on, I'll give you $1 if you, or like something like $1 or $2 if you drink this." I was like, "No, I just need that," because once I'm very stubborn. Once I make my mind up about something, nothing's gonna change me from it, really. Because I'm very intelligent, and I have been, I think, since very, very like a child, like a kid. I've always been like intelligent, like not super intelligent. I was more into like reading though than like perhaps hanging out with friends. I wanted to like research and learn more and more about things, and rather just sitting on the TV. Even though nowadays it's more like opposite. When I was younger though, used to learn a lot, and once I came to the conclusion that something was right or wrong, it wouldn't change my mind. So when I thought to my mind, I've been lied to, I've been mishandled, taken advantage of, even though I didn't even pay for the chocolate milk. I never drink chocolate milk to this day. So there's other food, for example, bananas. I was force-fed a banana one time. I basically was told you need to finish this banana before you leave, and I didn't leave. I remember my uncle, I think this is at my grandparents' house. My uncle came home. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I think he came home from work or something, and he's looking at me. He's like, "Oh, what are you having for dinner?" Not realizing I've been here since lunch, and this is when I kind of realized my opportunity. I got up and I threw out the banana, because he wasn't in on this, saying you can't leave before eating the banana. And then I think I made some cheese and crackers, and I said, cheese and crackers. And it was so funny. You know what he said? He said, "Astaghfirullah," which in Arabic, in Islam, and what Muslims say to each other, it's kind of like saying like, "May God forgive you." It's so like horrible what you're doing, like, don't do this. It's like saying, "I murdered somebody." Astaghfirullah, like you shouldn't be saying that. You should be, may God forgive you, may God help you. You know what I mean? Like, you need more help of God than I do, because I told him I was having cheese and crackers for dinner. So I love cheese and crackers, but I don't eat, maybe because of the choice I made. Anyway, I don't like bananas. I don't like milk. As I said, Eggos was another one. My mom was fed up with me. I think I was about 14. She's like, "No, you're gonna eat this waffle." No, I think it was French toast and waffles. She said, "You're gonna eat these French toast and waffles, all right? And you're not leaving." I didn't leave. I did not leave. Okay? Hours passed by. 2 hours. I went to pee. And I sat back on that stool because I'm stubborn. And I know this is the only way she's going to understand that I'm not going to eat this. And I think 2-3 hours passed before she finally realized, all right, kid's not going to eat it. She threw it out. And it's one of the time, this is weird though. It was like, yeah, that's what happened. she gave us French toast, me and my brother, and it's around, I was like 11 or 12, 13 maybe. She gives us French toast. Excuse me, let me just have a drink. And she says, she assumes I love it, even though she didn't know I did. And, because I guess when we were grocery shopping, maybe, she's like, do you guys want French toast? And I think my brother said, yeah. So, you know, I guess I wasn't heard, or maybe I was just grouped in with everybody, and next thing you know, I like French toast. So, she makes it, comes down, is very, very surprised I don't like it. You know, French toast and waffles or whatever. And she basically, I think it was French toast and waffles, and she basically said, this is kind of like a repeat of the last time. And, you know, she basically said, nope, this is it, no more, you're getting older, you're 14, you need to be able to eat all these different types of foods. And so I sat there, I said, no, Mom, I'm not gonna eat this. I don't like French toast. I don't like waffles. I mean, I like maple syrup. I don't like maple syrup like out of the, when you go in the store and get it, but I like it in cookies, I like it in flavorings, you know, cakes, stuff like that. So, like donuts. And so she got so pissed. And so her and my brother ate, and I was just sitting there, didn't eat anything. They left. My brother left, and my mom basically, you know, went to clean the table. I was about to leave, and she's like, no, you're gonna sit there. I don't know what she said, but she said, basically, you can't leave until you finish eating the food. I don't know what she said. So I'm like, you can't leave until you finish eating the food. And she didn't work at this time. It was her day off, so she had nothing to do, right? So she basically, I think she literally went upstairs for a bit. And, you know, she's my mom, so I'm not going to disobey her. I was scared, right? And then maybe I think she thought by the time she came back downstairs, maybe I would have eaten it. I didn't. I just sat there. I don't actually think she might have went upstairs. I'm not sure. I think she might have maybe not have went upstairs. She might have just watched TV after eating. She might have just watched TV. And the case being, next thing I know, I'm sitting there. It's probably been like 45 minutes not eating anything. She's watching TV, and doorbell rings. And I'm thinking, how long has it been? Is my dad home from work yet? And I was like, no, it's way too early. It was probably like 3:30. So door answers, and I overhear a conversation, and it's this lady with a vacuum cleaner, a vacuum saleswoman, trying to sell my mom a vacuum. And she's like, hi, would you mind if I come in and show you a presentation for vacuum for about an hour? No obligation, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. So, I mean, she was like, okay. You know, she probably had nothing else to do, blah, blah, blah. So this woman is talking, and I'm just sitting there at my food. And I think at this point, I'm like, okay, I gotta, like, leave now. This is getting super awkward because, like, I'm just sitting there, like, watching my mom observe a saleswoman sell a vacuum to her. And I'm not eating any of my food. I'm just literally just sitting there, just like not just looking at my food and just basically staring off into space and just being stupid and autistic and OCPD or whatever, right? No one's understanding me. So after about 20-30 minutes, I think, of the presentation, I'm not sure exactly how long it took, I got up, took the food, and put it in the fridge, or I think I may have thrown it out. I think I put it in the fridge. And she couldn't do anything, my mom, because she was watching this vacuum saleswoman, right? She can't just be like, excuse me one moment while I, you know, discipline my son for not eating waffles or whatever, or being a picky eater, or just, excuse me. She didn't say anything. She just sat there for the whole hour or whatever, right? Learning about the different techniques that she has. Like, she has like, oh, look, I have like a brush or a no change bag or something. I don't know what was so cool. Anyway, so, So I put the waffles in the fridge, and then I get out some food because I'm still hungry. The balls of this kid. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, you can't eat anything and there's no food in the fridge. So I go in the fridge, get some rice, some peas, I think some chicken or something. Microwave it. I have the gall to microwave it, while she can't do anything because she's listening to this woman sell her vacuum. And I eat the food. And then I leave. And after I leave, I think my mom said something to me like, like I don't know, I think she was just rude to me. She said some snide remark. She was rude to me. Like I think she kind of just gave up after that point. Like, okay, if the kid's not gonna respond to, you know, discipline, maybe he's just, you know. And I do remember they eventually took me to a specialist to kind of figure out why don't I eat different foods like oranges, bananas, apples, pears, plums, cucumbers, carrots, broccoli. You know, there are some I like onions, because they're mostly in the Indian subcontinent foods, but like onions or something called spinach or garlic, that's all right. Anyway, they took me to the doctor. Doctor didn't know shit. Doctor didn't know shit. I remember it was during the whole I think it was during the whole ADD craze when all the doctors were prescribing kids my age Ritalin for any sort of mental problems. And I was really lucky because my mom thought I had ADD or something, and she's like, "Can I prescribe Ritalin? Can you prescribe Ritalin?" And I guess this doctor was smarter than most of them, or the science was just coming out that you shouldn't just prescribe one band-aid medication for a whole bunch of mental illnesses. For example, Ritalin only works for ADD and ADHD. It doesn't work for like social phobia, choking phobia, or OCPD or whatever. So he was like, no. And I remember distinctly this memory of when my mom asked him, do you think, because that was the whole point of us going there, we think he has ADD, he just can't calm down, he doesn't like certain types of food. And I remember my mom we're about to leave, and the doctor like, there's nothing wrong with the kid, there's nothing wrong with him, which was wrong. I had undiagnosed OCPD, social phobia, and what was it, social phobia and OCPD, undiagnosed social phobia and OCPD, and I had a huge risk of depression and cannabis dependence. Anyway, as I'm about to leave, my mom wanted to ask one more question, and I remember she asked, "Oh, do you think he needs to be prescribed?" And as soon as she says prescribed, I knew where she was heading, and I started acting like I had ADD. Does that make sense? I started acting like I had ADD. I started like looking around the room at all those diplomas a lot. I remember distinctly looking at one diploma and looking at it like all the time, like looking at it and looking back, looking at it and looking back, looking at it and looking back. Because I was thinking, this is how someone with ADD should be manifesting their symptoms. Therefore, this is right, like I'm at a doctor's office. Therefore, like I must manifest a symptom or else I won't get the medication. It's kind of like what my dad taught me. Like you got to be really, 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 really sick for a doctor to prescribe medication in this country, which isn't necessarily true. At least I don't think so. I've had no problems and I'm super, super, super sick getting medication. It's just something my dad tells me. You got to tell them you're really, really, really sick or they won't give you the antibiotics or whatever. And most of the times, I don't really think I need antibiotics until about the third day of me being sick. My dad's different though. Anyway, so this kind of was something that was in my head while I was basically telling the doctor. My mom was asking the doctor if I had ADD. So, alhamdulillah. It was very weird how I was acting like I had ADD, even though the doctor said you didn't. And ever since then, my mom kind of just gave up and said, I'm not going to try to push you to eat new food. So ever since then, it's just been chicken fingers and brown food. Or, and pizza. Yeah. I was having a really bad day today. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, let's end the video here. So I went from I think a 10 to a 5, was it? Or was it a 10 to a 9 or 10 to an 8? I think it was 10 to a 5. Alright guys, remember guys, have a great day and stay with it.